Hey, what's up everybody? This is Chris Brown here again. So starting with today's video, we're actually gonna start going ahead and actually doing the blogging. Now, for those of you who don't know what a blog is, a blog stands for a web log, okay? And it's like an online journal. So just like a normal journal that a diary or a journal that somebody would keep, they're gonna journal consistently. They're not going to do this just one time, right? They're going to consistently do this. They're going to do it every day, every week, every month. There's going to be some sort of a consistent basis to this, right? And the same thing that should happen with your own blog. Now, what we're going to show you in today's videos, we're going to show you how to do the blogging yourself. But some of you might not want to do that. So there's a couple of options for you. Again, in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can go ahead and do your own blogging. We're also going to show you, we also have the resources down below directly underneath this video where we have different experts that will go ahead and do the blogging for you. And in some cases, we have them that will go ahead and do this for you for as little as $5. Now, we're also going to show you, not in this particular video, but in another video, we're going to show you where you can find what are called as guest bloggers. And what these are is these are people who blog themselves, and they are willing and they are looking for people where they can become experts on your blog and write on your blog, create content for your blog, and they won't charge you for it. It's absolutely free. Now, the whole reason that they want to do this is they want to make a name for themselves. Okay, and they're on your blog someplace at the bottom or someplace within this blog article, they're going to have a link that will take them back to their own website and to their blog. But they're willing to write on your blog to be able to do that. Now, we should allow them to do that as well. And because that they're doing that, what's then happening is we have more content. We don't have to worry about creating the content. We have these experts that go ahead and do that. And now, because they're creating new and brand new and original content and putting it on our blog, Google and the search engines, guess what they're going to do for us? Well, they're going to send us more traffic. So remember one of the business principles that we've talked about before, that if we help other people get what they want, we will automatically get what we want. So there's guest bloggers out there, and they want to get a name known for themselves. And so we're going to allow them to create content on our blog. That's what they want. Now, what we're going to get out of that is Google and the search engines is going to start sending us traffic because of that. So we're also getting what we want. Now, one of the things that we're going to do in today's video is we're going to start doing the blogging ourselves. Now, as I mentioned, a lot of times people overthink this, they complicate this. This is not really that hard. A lot of people are unsure what to write because they say, I don't know what to say, I don't know what to write. Well, you don't need to know what to write. And we're going to start off with something very, very simple. And that is by using the content of another website and posting that on our blog. So I'm just going to use an example. And I'm going to take you to Forbes magazine. So Forbes has their own blog, okay? They have articles and videos and all this stuff on their website, okay? Forbes is a magazine, but there's really no sense in even buying a lot of the magazines that are sold in the stores. You know why? Because the exact same stuff that is in those magazines is there for free on their blog. It's just some people want something that they can actually physically hold in their hand. And that's the whole reason for magazines still existing. So this here is Forbes magazine, and I took you to this particular article is 5 reasons 8 out of 10 businesses fail. Now, before you became a customer of the Unfair Advantage Marketing System, we had this video series of $1.5 billion in research of what all the world's most successful businesses have in common. Remember that? Well, this is just some of those reasons, and these are even some reasons that we never even talked about in those videos. We did eventually, but there was just so much stuff that we could talk about. So what I can do is, now a rule of Google let me tell you a thing from Google's standpoint. There's a thing that is called as duplicate content. And so what happens if I take the information that is on this blog here, and if I copy this information and put it on my own personal blog and post it, I'm not going to get a strike against me. Sometimes there's some rumors out there that people will say, or some myths that people will say, well, if you create duplicate content, that will hurt you. No, it's not going to hurt you, and this is even stated from the Google website. So a lot of times people have opinions, but they don't really have the facts right. There's a lot of hearsay. They don't actually know what's going on. And it's no fault of their own. It's just, people tend to talk. And remember in school, the pass down the line thing? Well, the first person hears it, they pass it on to their friends, and by the time we get to it, that information has been distorted. So what we do is we go directly to Google and through their terms and conditions. Now, I'm not going to take you there today because there's so much information it could overwhelm you. I'll just share with you, some of the things that they share with us throughout these videos, or you can go to Google and check out their terms and conditions and actually find out what they're doing themselves. But is all that Google says is that duplicate content is allowed. So I could take the content from Forbes magazine, the blog here. I could copy that content, put it on my own blog, and it would not hurt me. But it wouldn't help me at the same time. That is, unless I do something very, very special. I want to know what that is? Well, that is if I write more information, kind of like a beginning intro to what this blog article is about. So what I could say, and I'm going to show you, I'm actually going to do this. So let's go here to my blog. So here's our blog, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and write my first blog. So I click on this. Let's wait for the page to load up. So I will go ahead and type, I have a video series on my website of what all the world's most successful businesses have in common. You see, throughout the years, throughout the decades, you have spent a portion of your tax dollars to help the government. See, there's one of my spelling errors. Help the government. Let me do that later. And it is frozen for a second. Help the government. Where did I make the miss? Oh, I see. I put 2 E's. So you see, throughout the years, you have spent a portion of your tax dollars to help the government finance. Okay. You see, throughout the decades, you have spent a portion of your tax to help the U.S. government finance research of what all the and I do a lot of fat fingering is what I did, of what all the world's most successful businesses have in common. Don't you want to get your money's worth? Don't you want to get your money's worth? In this video series on my website, I shared the results of $1.5 billion in research of what all the world's most successful companies have in common. I found a great article on Forbes.com with additional research on this. You might want to check it out. And then you want to check it. So then I won't say let me say you can check it out down below. Okay, so what I did here is I just made a little beginning. This is actually kind of long from what I normally do. It normally doesn't have to be this long. Now I would proofread it to a degree and make sure it makes sense, because when I type something and when I read it back to myself, it doesn't necessarily make as much sense. But I have a video series on my website of what all the world's most successful businesses have in common. You see, throughout the decades, you have spent a portion of your tax dollars to help the government finance research of what all the world's most successful businesses have in common. Don't you want to get your money's worth? In this video series on my website, I shared the results of $1.5 billion in research of what all the world's most successful companies have in common. I found a great article on Forbes.com with additional research on this. You can check it out down below. So now what I would do is I come over here to Forbes, and I would copy this article. So I could say, so down here, and even they're doing the same thing, as you will notice. And I'll show you that in just a moment. So when I film these videos, at times the computer actually runs a little slow. So I'm going to copy this whole article. Here in a moment, reason number 3. So here's the reasons, additional reasons why businesses fail. And there's 5 reasons on here. Come on, come on, come on. Okay. Almost, I think that's the end. Yeah. Okay. And then I would put my cursor on top of it and I'd copy it. And I'd come over here to my blog, go down on the next sentence, and I right click it and I paste it. Okay, so here's the article. And now I do want to show you something really quick. So as you can see here, if I go back up to the beginning of this article, they are doing the same thing, because according to Bloomberg, 8 out of 10 entrepreneurs who start a business fail within 18 months with a whopping 80% crash and burn. So as you can see here, they took information from Bloomberg, created their own article on it, and posted it on their blog. Now there's a gentleman by the name of Vishen. He's from India, and he started a blog on meditation. He runs a very, very successful business now today. But this is what he did with this blog. He started a blog just taking information from other people's websites or other people's blogs, posting it on his blog, and doing what I did, like I did at the beginning of this video here, and I posted a little subtitle about it, or a little piece of content about it, right? And he did that. He outsourced it. He had 50 people write blog articles, and within 12 months, he made $950,000. So he almost made $1 million by doing this. I think it was special because of his industry. It's probably not a very competitive industry, especially at the time. That was one of the reasons that he only had to create 50 blog posts. So according to John Chow, who, if you remember back in the Unfair Advantage Marketing System video presentation, we talked about John Chow, and he says that if you make a blog once a day for a year, and you do that for 12 months, and you'll make $30,000 a month. That's what he says. I think that's a little generous. Let's look at worst case scenario. Let's say that you blogged once a day for the next 12 months, and you didn't make $30,000, but you made $10,000, or you made because this is what I'm doing with this brand new blog. I'm making 4 blog posts a day for the next 4 months, and we would be up to that same rate. So let's go ahead and do this. Now this is getting kind of long, so I would prefer so let me just go back to the article here, because there's some other things that we would like to do to it. We would like to add some pictures and add some links, and there's some different things that I would like to do to this article, but we have been going here for about 20 minutes now. So let me stop this video here, and in our next video I'm going to show you how to add the links, and adding some pictures and stuff like that. We'll do that in our next video. Okay, but take care everyone, have a great day, and we'll see you in our next video. Be sure that you go ahead and implement this right now, and then like I said, we'll see you in our next video. Bye bye now.